Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. And today I wanted to react to Star Wars Outlaws. Now this is a new game by Ubisoft. Today we just had the Ubisoft showcase back to back. First we had Xbox Bethesda showcase. Today we have Ubisoft. So it's a good time to be a fan of space games and the sci-fi genre. For a long time there have been tons and tons of fantasy based games. As a fan of the sci-fi genre, I'm happy to see it. You know, a lot can be said about competition in the industry, that it's good for gamers because it encourages devs to stay on their toes and continue to develop. And at the end of the day, as gamers, we want better games. So I have no problem with competition. I want to play great games. I want to have fun. Now, I think different devs are doing things differently, and there are reasons to play different games, but I know absolutely nothing about this game. This is my first time seeing this this gameplay walkthrough. So that's what this is, official gameplay, and we're going to check it out. I'm a big fan of Star Wars. You know, I watched all of Mandalorian, Andor, the new movies. Star Wars is not in a great place right now as a franchise. There's rumors about Disney selling it back to Lucasfilms. Its future is kind of up in the air right now. So as a fan of Star Wars, since, you know, I was a little kid, seeing The Phantom Menace in theaters, that was the first movie I've ever seen in theaters. I'm a big fan of Star Wars, and I have been eagerly waiting for a good, in-depth, immersive Star Wars game. I have been, you know, desperately wanting a great Star Wars game. Is this that game? Well, let's look and find out. Here's the music. Wait a second. It's a little loud, so I'm going to lower it just a little bit. Okay. Work in progress, okay. Have a little cinematic so far.
Good boy.
I want that fighter stripped for parts by tomorrow.
On it. All right, Nix. Let's go get paid.
Okay, we're right into the game.
That worked.
He's the boss because he knows how to handle the Empire.
We cannot trust those officers. They take our credits now, but what stops them from stabbing us in the back?
Nix.
Okay. We got a little bit of UI here.
Hit that button.
Looks like you've got a little pet there that helps you complete puzzles.
Nice one.
A little bit of stealth gameplay.
Hang on tight, little buddy.
I'm not going to pause too much through this one because I kind of really just want to take everything in, and then I might give my final thoughts at the end.
I was just leaving. Okay, we'll figure this out. Shield. Hey, Nick! Catch! This is getting bad.
Okay, so far I want to say the combat looks pretty good. This reminds me a lot of Jedi Survivor, honestly. Kind of the flow of things. A little bit more. Jedi Survivor is a little bit more fast-paced than this, of course, because you know you're a Force wielder and you have lightsabers and stuff. But so far, this looks pretty good. Let's keep going.
Let's try this out.
Dink Ferric!
Stop her!
I think that went pretty well, right?
All right, we got the hover bike action. You know, I love, it's one of my favorite things to do in Star Citizen. You guys know how much I am always, telling CIG, please give us hover cars. I'm the hovercraft guy. I am always advocating for more hovercrafts in Star Citizen. You guys know that. If you guys seen any of my other videos, I'm always saying, CIG, why do we have so many vehicles with wheels? It makes no sense. This is 900 years in the future. I want hovercrafts. Hovercrafts make it easier to, traverse planets with, varying terrain. I'm a big hovercraft guy. I want it in my space sci-fi games. Obviously, this is Star Wars. We're gonna get a lot of hovercrafts. I'm excited to see the kind of vehicles that we can play with in this game. So far, I don't know anything about that, but again, I want to see more and hear more about this game. So far, it doesn't look too bad.
Oh, these guys don't quit. Hang on. That was close. ND5, I got the package. Where are you?
Waiting for you at Jauntus Hope. Were you seen?
I said I got it. What else matters?
Should I assume we won't be working for the Pikes anytime soon?
Well, they'll probably forgive me.
Comforting.
There's Jauntus Hope. We made it, Nix.
This is really cool, but I'm kind of confused. Like, I feel like this is an open world sci-fi game. It feels like the biggest problem that I had with Jedi Survivor is that it felt very linear. There's a lot to do in that game, of course, but it really felt like you were just working towards an end goal. It didn't feel as open world as I was hoping it would be. And for some reason, I don't know why, I never reacted to Jedi Survivor coming out. I probably should have made a video about that, to be honest with you guys. That video probably would have done pretty good, because I played it and it was a lot of fun. I know a lot of other people in the Star Citizen community played Jedi Survivor and they really liked it. I saw a lot of those streams, and it was a really cool game. But again, it felt very linear. This looks very open world, but it also has a lot of voice acting, a lot of lines. So I don't know how open world it is. I'm hopeful though. Again, I'm like less than 5 minutes in, so not making any judgments yet. It's just I need to know more.
Hey, Andy.
You're late, Kay. Doc is waiting.
What? Are you worried?
No.
Okay.
No, but you Troy.
What?
Be careful. Donka's a broker, not a friend. She can't be trusted.
Who can out here? See you back at the ship.
Round 2 and I still like my odds. Kay Vess. Back already. I told you she's fresh, but she's good.
Who's this?
Just a friend. Join us.
Job was more complicated than you said, Dunka.
You lived.
Okay, so right off the bat, it kind of seems like you're playing as a character in a story. It doesn't look like you can create your own character. Again, I don't know. I don't know a lot about it. I know that this was the game that Ubisoft has been working on for a while. I believe so. I think so. I could be wrong about that, but I think this was teased like a while ago, where we saw some screenshots or some footage on a planet from a settlement area. But again, I'm not sure. And from this, I don't know. It's very interesting. It's very interesting, but I can't figure it out so far.
Hey, these aren't toys. They're investments.
Wait. We haven't met.
Don't really know many of you.
Stealing illegal contraband, running with syndicates. I could say you're a threat to the Empire. But I won't have to if you're smart.
Thanks.
Okay, it looks like we also have negotiation system or like where the player can make decisions to decide the outcome of the story, that type of system. Okay, that's not too
Smart
bad.
enough to get myself out of trouble.
You pay the tax just like everyone else.
Whoa, kid. Let's just relax.
You won't make it off to Shara alive.
Maybe.
All troopers, we have reports of a fugitive in Jordan's Hope. Move to apprehend.
That Imperial announcement wouldn't be about you, would it?
Could be.
I told you not to trust her.
Not the first time we've outrun the Empire.
Okay, we got a ship. She's walking straight on it.
We need to leave.
Yeah, no kidding.
Okay, we got a cutscene. But we're in control. And we're in space.
Nothing on the...
Okay, so this reminds me of the system that is in Spaceborne 2, where you have that kind of like transition screen where you're in control of the ship and then there's like a bright light that fades to white, and then you're in space. I like that system more than a full cutscene where you go, you know, from the cockpit, and then there's a little cinematic, and you're in space. Being in control of your ship in atmosphere, for me, is a must. Again, for a lot of people, it's not a big deal, and it's probably not a deal breaker depending on the game. But it's definitely something that I want to see, because we have the technology now, and it really just comes down to just wanting to do it. Again, if a single dev can do it with Spaceborne 2, I really don't want to hear excuses from these AAA studios. Make it happen. Okay, it's 2023. You're selling games for $70. Take your time and just give us the experience the players deserve at this point. Okay, so yeah, I'm not gonna hop on that too long, but I like that. I'm glad that it's not a full cutscene, and it's kind of like the way Spaceborne 2 does it. Okay, if you guys haven't seen my Spaceborne 2 reaction, I reacted to that game a little while ago. Great game made by one guy. I mean, it's honestly crazy what he accomplished by himself. You know, I think that's why that game is getting so much praise. It's just like, this one guy is just like, you know, Thanos. People said it couldn't be done. He said, fine, I'll do it myself. And he started making the game. So yeah, Spaceborne 2 is a cool game. I played a little bit of it. I don't have any videos of it, my gameplay of it on the channel, because again, I want to keep this channel mostly a Star Citizen channel, but I like to react to other content. If you guys want to see me play other games, I might do that on a different channel. But yeah, I like the transition instead of the full cutscene. Let's keep going.
The sensors yet.
Anybody on the sensors now?
I'm right into the action.
Got one.
I feel inclined to remind you that we should shake the Empire quickly.
Thanks, I'm working on it.
Okay, we got boost.
ND, get us out of here.
Installing hyperdrive.
Let's jump.
Nice jump animation.
We made it. Hey. Got your new toy.
So, where do we go next?
Anywhere we want.
Star Wars Outlaws, coming 2024.
I don't know, you guys. This one has me for a loop. I don't know what to expect from this game, honestly. It looks good, but maybe that introduction is kind of like a tutorial to kind of get you into the game, and then after that part, the game opens up and becomes more open world and you can kind of do whatever you want to do. But on the same note, it has a preset character that you're playing as. I feel like that's a really interesting decision if it's open world. I feel like if it's a true open world Star Wars game, they should give you a character creation tool where you can play as whoever you want to be. It's just a really interesting decision. I don't know, you guys. It looks good. Don't get me wrong. This game looks really good, but I just don't know what it entails. You know, it's different from Starfield because we have so much information about Starfield. But this, we can see gameplay from it. But I might have to look at some other videos and see what some other people are saying about it before I give any kind of final verdict. But that, it looks good. It looks like a good game. I like playing games. I play other games, not just Star Citizen. So but again, Star Citizen is kind of my main game right now. It is the game that I play on almost a daily basis. I know that might sound weird because it is very buggy, but I just enjoy it. I just enjoy being able to not have to do anything, just sit and BS around for 2 hours before bed, and I like that. I really don't see a whole lot of other space sci-fi games that give you the ability to not have an objective, that you can just exist in the world. Is this the kind of game that, you know, I could just sit around and exist in the world? I don't know. I think the jury's still out. It looks like a cool game. I hope we find out more about it pretty soon. And yeah, that was Star Wars Outlaws. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. It's just good time to be a fan of space games. Psych, just kidding. Jack Frags just posted a video about it. It literally just got recommended as soon as I stopped, you know, reacting to the last video. It got recommended to me. I'm like, let's see what Jack Frags has got to say about this, because Jack has played Star Citizen as well. So I kind of want to see if he compares it. Again, I will leave both of these videos linked in the video description so you guys can check them out yourself. But yeah, let's see what Jack has to say about it.
Star Wars Outlaws gameplay was just revealed at
Whoa, what's going on here? What is this? 1080p 60? It's blurry as hell. There we go. There we go. Sorry about that, guys.
Star Wars Outlaws gameplay was just revealed at the Ubisoft press conference, and on first impressions it looks like they're doing some really awesome things here. So this game is developed by Massive Entertainment. They're the people that make The Division, and it's on the Snowdrop engine, so this is like a proper next-gen looking game. And it's actually a multi-location open world game set in the Star Wars galaxy. Action adventure, single player only, and there's some very interesting gameplay mechanics.
Okay, single player game, not multiplayer game. I think that was kind of obvious from the gameplay trailer. But yeah, it seems like Jack Frags knows a little bit about it. Again, I didn't see the showcase, so maybe they revealed more information in the showcase. I just saw the gameplay trailer, so let's see what Jack has to say about it real quick.
Mechanics happening. So today I'm going to give you the scoop on what exactly this game is. Ubisoft just gave us a little behind the scenes presentation.
Give me the scoop,
Jack. A few more extra details in here, so I'm going to share those with you too. If you enjoy the video, guys, drop a like down below. Thank you. Help support me.
Yeah, guys, do that. You know, Jack's a cool dude. His videos are dope.
Let's get into it. In terms of where this game's set in the Star Wars timeline, it's in between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. So there's a civil war going on, there's Empire everywhere, but that allows the syndicates and the underworld to rise up and gain power. And in it you play as K-Vess, who is an outlaw, a scoundrel, who has this little alien companion called Nyx. A job goes wrong and unexpectedly they become some of the galaxy's most wanted, and to free themselves they've got to take on risky contracts, make relationships, and prepare to pull off a massive heist, which I presume will be at the end of the game. As for the open world gameplay here, you're going to be exploring many locations across the outer rim of the galaxy with all sorts of different biomes, inhabitants, secrets to find and quests to complete, relationships to build, and the developer said that there's going to be a huge diversity in the gameplay. And the gameplay in Outlaws is built on 3 pillars, and this is in terms of what you'll be doing. So you'll be visiting dense cities. In these cities, there will be tons of activities. There'll be cantinas, there'll be criminals mingling and opportunities for missions and stuff like that. And then there's also these vast open world areas which will allow for a greater level of immersion. And then there's space, which we'll see a bit later on in the video. So you can fly your ship around in space, you can take off from the planet and go into space. And in space it's a bit risky because there's dogfighting and people that want to kill you, but it can be lucrative and rewarding to explore. So we saw in the demo a big open world area. This is called Tashar, and it's the signature open world location of the game. They dropped the quote, "It's a hive of scum and villainy," and you'll be able to mount your speeder and go outside of the city walls to explore a bit. And they said that the speeder is kind of like a motocross bike, but you can do stunts on it, you can do drifts and jumps, and this will allow you to access new areas which aren't.
I mean, is it truly open world? Like, is there procedural generation going on? Are there boundaries? Can I, that like mount in the background, can I go to that? Like, if I don't want to do a mission, can I just mess around? Like, I don't know. Like I said in the earlier part of this video, I'm just kind of thrown for a loop with this game. I really don't know what to expect. I don't know how actually big it is. It looks very interesting, and of course it is a, you know, a Star Wars game, but I don't know.
Aren't possible to get to on foot, and that opens up some unique gameplay opportunities, and as we see in the gameplay, it can be used in combat too. As for these dense cities, they elaborated on that a bit more. So a lot of the cities here are going to be protected under Imperial rule. So there's stormtroopers patrolling, there's dark alleyways, all good for conducting dirty deals, and there'll also be lots of large urban areas in the game, rife with fun opportunities. And then the space section of the game, this is awesome, looked incredible in the trailer. You can freely travel from land to space as you please, and space will offer a ton of traversal and...
Yeah, look at those clouds. I just want to fly through those clouds, honestly. But I mean, that's what I do in Star Citizen right now. I love flying through the clouds, racing, doing all that stuff.
Secrets, dogfights too, we saw some of that. The ship here is called the Trailblazer, and in space there's a lot of unknown dangers and beauty, but tons to explore in these vast areas. Each location in space is said to be unique with unique distinct attributes, and also you can go into hyperspace and punch it and get to other locations, whether that's to get out of danger or if you just fancy a bit of exploring. The dogfighting itself in space will feature intimate dogfights all the way up to large scale battles. In the cinematic trailer there is a Star Destroyer and some TIE fighters, so expect to see some of that. The gameplay on the ground, when you're controlling Kay, you're going to have a few options. So you could infiltrate with stealth, get the jump on opponents and use gadgets or distractions. If you want to keep it stealthy, you can do that. Or if you want to get a bit blasty, then just reach for your blaster. But Kay is skilled at stealth, sneaking and taking out enemies. Nyx, the little alien dude, I'm not sure what race this is, maybe it's just a new one they made up. Nyx can actually support Kay and complement her skills, so you've got distractions with this little guy. You can command Nyx to press buttons and switches, allowing you to reach new areas. Kind of reminds me of BD1 in a lot of ways. Of course, if you're discovered, get your blaster out, and that's got a range of modes for any enemy and situation. So the combat in the game, they said, is capable and adaptable. Nyx can also retrieve heavy weapons for Kay, or assist by attacking and distracting enemies. There's more options there for the combat. As for the crime syndicates and the notoriety or the reputation system in the game, there's a lot going on here. So you'll be able to join the galaxy's most wanted, and you grow from an emerging scoundrel who doesn't know what they're doing to an established outlaw by the end of the game. And we saw the reputation system in action during the gameplay trailer. We saw that Kay got into a shootout, and that will negatively affect her reputation with that particular syndicate. And there'll be some gameplay implications there. It might affect the story, I'm not sure on that one though. And we also see her become wanted in the town that she's at because she refuses to bribe the Imperial officer, and therefore the Imperial officer puts out a bounty.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of pause it there. I think all of this looks good. I'm not gonna watch this whole video. I urge you guys to go and check out Jack's video. Again, I will link it in the video description. But I think I've heard what I need to know about this game. This game looks good. What I have to say about space games is, especially with the Star Wars franchise, I don't know why. Well, let me go back. Because I saw the interview between IGN and Todd Howard afterwards, after their showcase, and Todd Howard said something pretty interesting to me in that interview. He said about halfway through Starfield's development, he kind of felt like he understood why nobody makes a game like this. A game that is just completely immersive and basically doesn't try to compromise, tries to make it as realistic as possible. Basically what Star Citizen is trying to do. Todd Howard was basically saying halfway through developing Starfield, he understood why other developers don't do it. It's because it's big, it's a lot of work, it's not easy. And I feel like in that moment, hearing him say that, it was kind of like a, you know, I felt, I don't know, it was kind of like, I don't want to say a moment of camaraderie between developers of space games and what they're trying to do when making a game like this. It's not easy. And the interviewer asked him about Starfield 2 and you know, Elder Scrolls 6, and Todd Howard said honestly and straight up, Elder Scrolls 6 might be his last Elder Scrolls, because by the time that game comes out, you know, he's going to be much older. Is there going to be a Starfield 2? He said he's not going to write it off yet, just yet, but he's getting up there in age. We all are. And these games take a very long time to make. Now, again, that's why, you know, as buggy as it seems, I am a supporter of Star Citizen, because I do want to see somebody make that game in my lifetime. You know, I want somebody to build the tech. Even if Star Citizen doesn't come out, maybe CIG could sell the tech to another studio and we can just get a ton of games that are that immersive. So I do feel like it is worthwhile supporting CIG, and at the same time I enjoy playing Star Citizen. Now, I'm not going to make any comparisons to Star Citizen and this game, but I bring it up because I feel like this game has a lot of potential and it does look good. But again, it's another single player Star Wars game, not too unlike Jedi Survivor. And Jedi Survivor was a good game, so I kind of don't have a whole lot of doubts that this will be a good game. But take that for it what you will. There's absolutely no problem being excited about this game. I'm excited about this game. But is somebody going to make a Star Citizen killer? I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. So yeah, now here is the actual outro of the video. That last outro, I kind of rickrolled you guys. This is the real outro. Thank you guys for watching. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to hear me ramble about more stuff. And I will see you guys in the next one. Salute.